Hello and welcome to Temperance Tarot. I am so glad you are here today. I wanted to do a shadow reading for all you beautiful signs. Ever since I did the last readings for the September 21st eclipse that we have coming up, I really felt like the shadow wanted to come forth and say some things to us. So, for today's readings, I will be using my shadow deck and also my Emerald Vision deck for the light messages. I'm also going to be using the Inner Child Oracle deck for any messages that we might have from our inner child. And if I need to, I also have my Thoth deck that I can use for any clarity. One of the reasons why I wanted to do a shadow reading is because I know the shadow gets a bad rap just like the ego, but the shadow is something that we need to approach with love and with kindness and invite it to come forth to allow us to see what is it that is maybe causing some issues or some blockages in our lives and not run from it, not hide it. So I hope this reading speaks to you, and if it does, please like and share. Enjoy. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your shadow reading. All right, so I've been doing a little meditation with all of the signs before I started the reading to see what messages I got before. Uh, and I got two messages for you. One, avoid burnout, and two, take action. And I know those sound kind of contradicting, but for some reason, right before I started your reading, my camera just turned off. So I had to get up and turn it back on. So there's something that is calling your attention that is going to require for you to take action, like to physically get up and do something. Um, what I'm feeling is I feel like I want to pull from this deck first. So this is going to be your shadow reading, and we're going to be using this deck for your shadow, and then my Emerald Visions for your light reading. Okay, but I feel like I want to pull from my Thoth deck just for some clarity. Um, Also, I'm hearing that you might have some kind of Egyptian connection in your life. You might have something with your past life where you were connected to some kind of Egyptian god. I'm hearing. Okay, so Cancer, I feel that there's this. Thank you, Spirit. This eclipse woke something up in you. And I don't want to say it's not that it was bad. It's not. It didn't wake up anything bad, but it's almost kind of woke up like a darkness. But this darkness, um, it's definitely connected with your shadow. But I feel like what this darkness is is something that has been needing to come out for a very long time. So I'm hearing like righteous anger. Um, this is like it almost feels like a rage, like an anger, maybe something like where you felt like a injustice was done. Let's pull from the bottom of the deck. There's definitely something that needed to be brought to the light and almost like exposed. So you've said some things to people recently that they didn't like. Okay. So we got the Seven of Disc, we got the Ace of Cups, and the Prince of Disc. Okay, so with the Ace of Cups, it was the first card that came up, um, you definitely stirred some waters here, okay? Because this Ace of Cups is like, I'm here. I am going to say what I need to say, and I don't care how it makes you feel. And I feel like with this Prince of Disc here is you showing up unapologetically, without fear, and without any concern of what people think or what other people's opinions are about you. Like you're just like, I'm here for a reason, and I've needed to say this for a very very long time. And for the 7 of this, I feel like you're just calling out people's BS. This failure card, it's not, it has nothing to do with you. This is you calling out people for the things that they they've been wanting to pretend like they didn't do. So you are, I feel like you're kind of being an advocate for someone, maybe yourself, maybe your child self, which we will be pulling from the inner child oracle deck. Maybe this is you finally just speaking up for, things that have happened in the past, and you're just kind of like, we're done pretending like this didn't happen. We're done pretending like you didn't hurt me or hurt others. Like it's time to be real. It's time to speak the truth. So thank you, Spirit, for that message. Again, this is from the Thoth deck, and I feel that there's some kind of spiritual connection with this deck in you. So I don't know if you have a deck or if you're interested in getting one. This is a really, I love this deck. I was very hesitant to purchase this particular deck. The first time I ever got a reading was with this deck, and I don't know why I thought it was so intimidating for some reason. And like the minute I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, this deck is so powerful. I also looked at my clock and the number 215 came up. I don't know if that time, for some reason, I felt like Spirit needed me to tell you this. Like it's either a date or something with that time that you can connect with, or the number 215. I don't know. Okay. I just, Spirit kind of tugged at my heart for that, to point that out to you. Okay. So Spirit, what do you have for Cancer for their shadow reading? Um, so I heard the word poetic justice. And I'm also hearing, I keep hearing the word advocate for sure. I don't know. I don't know if you're like an activist or someone that does like a lot of community work. Like you go out and help people in need. Like you don't like to just stand there and see people suffer. Like you feel like you have to do something. Now, I mean, that's because you're a Cancer and you're just so sensitive to what goes on around you. Like you feel like if you don't do something, you become part of the problem. And that is beautiful. I mean, that's definitely something that I admire about Cancers, that they're just so hands-on. And maybe that was what, the whole me getting up and like turning my camera on, like that need to like get up and take action. Maybe that's your energy. Maybe that's just you because of the type of person that you are. You can't just sit back and watch something happen. Like someone needs help, you're going to do the best that you can to help them. And that's a great quality to have, but it's something you also have to be very careful with. Okay. Um I forgot what I said with the first one about, oh, conserving your energy, not burning out. That was it. The burnout. You can become burnt out very quickly because of this need or desire to constantly be taking action. So you want to just be very careful and very mindful of that. Okay. Don't let this burning desire that you have inside of you be the reason why you one day not want to do anything. Okay. We want to avoid that burnout. All right. So we have the 4 of Cups. we have the Knight of Wands, and then we have the Eight of Wands. Okay. Four of Cups. Um, I'm hearing it's not too late, and don't be afraid, and release what's not yours. With the Four of Cups, that's what I'm hearing. It's not too late. There was like an opportunity you passed on. I want to say that, okay, first of all, everything happens for a reason. If you didn't feel 100% about it, then maybe it just this wasn't for you. But I feel like you kind of know that this was something you should have jumped on. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a business opportunity or a relationship. Um, I don't know. I really don't know. A job. There was like an opportunity that was presented to you, and you were like, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if I should do this or not. Um, I feel like this is definitely something you passed on, but just because you passed it does not mean that it won't come back around. Something like I'm seeing the cloud on this, and I feel like it's like a don't worry, this will come back around. Now, it might not look like what it looked like the first time. It might not be the same exact opportunity, but the success that you were meant to have with this opportunity is going to show up in a different way, shape, or form. Like, this is still for you. Okay. I don't know if you guys have ever watched White Lotus. There's, I think, the first season. Oh God, I can't remember her name. I don't know why. I always remember her name for some reason. I can't now. But there, the two of the characters were supposed to start a business together, and then they didn't. Something happens in the third season where it's not necessarily that the business got started. Sorry, spoiler alert. Okay, it's not necessarily that the business got started, but Belinda, that's her name, Belinda, ends up still coming into something that it's going to help her achieve her dreams. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. So, what I'm trying to say is that maybe this opportunity isn't going to be what you thought it was like going to be the first time, but something else is going to come back around to where you're going to have a second chance to do what you really want to do. So, don't focus so much on the losses or the missed opportunity because there's something else coming around. Okay. For the Knight of Wands, I think this is representative of your burnout. And for the Eight of Wands, because these are both fire. Okay. So you might have some fire around you. I'm just going to say it. There's some fire signs that are trying to like burn you out. That's what I'm seeing. There's some people in your life that are literally trying to burn you out. They're so used to taking, and they just know like you're like an endless well. Okay. At least that's what they think. But we don't have like as human beings, we don't have like an abundance of energy all the time. Like, okay, there's only so much energy, and then we have to refuel. And these individuals, their goal is to burn you out. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe they feel like they're the victims and you have so much and you give so much that they feel almost entitled to like taking from you. So just be very mindful of who you give to, how much you give to people, because people can be ruthless. They really can. So just be mindful of where you're using your energy, who you're giving it to, because not everyone's intentions are good. Okay, I'll just say that. So, Spirit, what do you have for Cancer that can bring some light into this situation? And I want to say really quick, how does this apply to your shadow? I hope, because I don't, maybe I haven't really emphasized that. Sometimes our shadow can cause us to like overperform and over give. It can come through in people pleasing. It can come through in like hesitating to speak our truth. It can come through in like fear and doubt or feeling like it's too late. It can also show up, I heard, in like being impulsive. I'm sensing here maybe some like impulsive like shopping. um, so there's a lot of ways that the shadow can show up and cause us to just feel kind of stuck in our patterns and behaviors, you know? So, but I feel like one of the biggest thing that I see here is like the burnout, the over giving, the over exerting yourself, like overworking, overspending. Um, the shadow has a really good way of hiding in our like distractions. So I'm sensing that maybe you um beginning like a maybe like a meditation routine, walking, exercising, something that is going to like help you feel yourself, because this like burnout is like it's real. It's real for you. Like there's something about you giving and giving and giving and not refueling yourself and your body. I'm also hearing to be very mindful of what you eat. Make good choices. Jesus, what is happening? um, okay, maybe I'm not meant to share that. I'm not going to share what I was about to share. But what I'm hearing, my point is that I'm hearing you making good choices. Okay, uh, be be more aware of what you put in your body. And all right, let's pull from the bottom. Actually, from the top of the deck, because we're pulling light. So, all right, okay, Queen of Wands, fire again, fire. Queen of Wands, though, she doesn't look burnt out. Actually, she looks refreshed. She looks well rested. She has guidance. She has wisdom. I feel like this is you at your best. Cancer, this is you when you are paying attention to what your body and your spirit needs. Like this is you. The cat to me is representative of like the shadow. The shadow isn't there to bring you down. The shadow is just there to remind you of what it is that you don't need. So the more in tuned you are with what you do need versus what you desire, you'll begin to make better choices. I really believe that. We have the Nine of Pentacles. You are definitely growing something. It's actually with the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you're already bearing the fruit of whatever it is that you've started a long time ago. Um, I'm also hearing like to take care of your garden. Don't worry about anybody else's garden. Like she's only taking care of what's on her side of the fence. She's not she's not worried about what other people are growing, which it doesn't look like they're growing a whole lot. It looks pretty bare. If you ask me on the other side, it looks pretty bare. So she's just doing her thing. And she's just like, I'm not worried about what they have, their so called mansion. Like, I'm building what I want to see grow in my life. So we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Um, I feel like this individual, again, is growing something. Definitely a lot of wealth coming through, a lot of abundance coming through, and he's looking forward with hope, but also this reminds me of like these two individuals are kind of looking at like each other or looking down like they missed out on something. Spirit's here just to remind you, don't worry about it. What is yours will come back around. Like I really really feel that for you, Cancer. Like you haven't missed out on it. Like maybe whatever it is that you passed on, like that particular one, it's not going to come back around, but it's going to come back in a different form. Okay. So Spirit, what do you have for Cancer for their inner child? Because I do feel like your inner child has a lot to say, because you have a lot to say. All right. All right, let's see what we have here. We have become aware. Yes. This is right with the Queen of Wands. When she's aware of what she needs versus what she wants, she's at her best. She is at her best. She makes the best decisions when she knows exactly what she needs. It's not about what she wants, it's about what she needs. Okay? And that's where she puts her energy to. Become aware, listen to the wisdom of the body. Yes, and I think this is why it's going to be very important for you to pay attention to what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're consuming. Not everything that goes into our bodies. It's not just about what goes into our bodies. It's what goes in through our spiritual like windows also, meaning the eyes, the ears. Like stay away from negative talk, gossip. Stay away from people that want to tell you about other people's stories. Like again, we have the Nine of Pentacles here. She's not worried. She's just like, I don't care. That's their thing. That's their life. That's not my business. This is this is going to really help you conserve your energy. You're not going to hearing people's drama. It's exhausting. Even that alone can burn you out. Okay. So let's avoid that. Let's avoid losing or exerting energy into places, areas, or people that it just, we can't afford to be giving our energy away. Like, no, no, thank you. So say yes. Now is the time to be open and receive. Yes. So I feel like meditation is going to be a huge thing for you. I don't know. I know a lot of people get a little antsy with meditation. But there's different, like, you don't need to meditate for like 30, 40, 1 hour. Like, you don't, meditation doesn't have to be that long. You can do 5 minutes, 5 minutes. There's guided meditation that is for like 5 minutes. And honestly, you'll realize how fast that goes. And, maybe you could do 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. It doesn't have to be this whole thing. Do what works for you. Okay. And lastly, we have run wild. Let your inner wild child run forth. Yes. Yes. I think this is so you. This is so Cancer. Like, you guys just love to be free. You love to be the life of the party. You love to be, like, I'll just say it, you like to be the center of attention. And not in a bad way. You just love to bring fun and excitement, and that's your energy. And I think this is why people think, because you have so much energy and you're just like this, crazy energizer bunny. I just aged myself by saying that, but you, because people see so much like come out of you, they automatically think that you have energy to spare and to give to you. But that energy isn't doesn't come out of nothing. Like, it takes a lot for you to create that energy and to exert it. So just make sure that you are, you know, checking in with yourself. How do you feel? What do I need? Do I need to take a nap? Do I need to maybe have a healthy snack? Like, figure out what fuels your body, what fuels your spirit, what fuels your mind. There's something about like almost I'm hearing brain fog. So you might be experiencing some brain fog because maybe you're dehydrated, maybe you need um, some, better nutritious food, protein. Maybe you need some extra fiber in your diet. I think this new moon and this eclipse is going to help you check in with yourself a little bit more and be more in tune with what your body really, really needs. I also just like when I said something, I kind of whistled something. So maybe you're someone that likes to whistle. That could be a way of exerting some negative energy. Like whistling causes like a vibration in our mouths or in our bodies, and maybe there's tension that's going on here that whistling can really help release. So that's interesting. I don't know why that came through, but maybe you're a whistler. Okay. Anyhow, thank you so much, Cancer. Thank you for allowing me to do this reading for you. And if any of this has spoken to you, please share in the comments how this maybe have brought some insight and how this has helped you tap into your shadow and helped it process what it needs to process. So, thank you so much, Cancer. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.